नमस्ते गुरुजी। जय गुरुजी महाराज। जय गुरुजी साथ संगत जी। शुक्राना। गुरुजी महाराज द मल्टीलिंगुअल सेवादार टीम आप सबका स्वागत करती है। संगत जी, जैसे कि आपको सबको मालूम ही है कि गुरुजी महाराज की संगत पूरे संसार में बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ रही है और आगे संगत में बढ़ना ही है। और इन संगत में जो गुरुजी के बच्चे हैं, दे फॉर्म ए वाइटल रोल। आज के जो बच्चे हैं वो कल के हमारे राजदूत हैं। कल की आने वाली पीढ़ियों को जो हमारे संस्कारी बच्चे हैं वही गुरुजी महाराज के बारे में बताएंगे। आज हमारे बीच में पूजा आंटी जुड़ी हुई हैं और साथ में जय कृष्णा जुड़े हुए हैं कुवैत से। गुरु महाराज की तरफ से इनको बहुत बहुत आशीर्वाद। मैं पूजा आंटी से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा, पूजा आंटी प्लीज सेशन को इनिशिएट करें। जय गुरु जी, ओवर टू यू।
जय गुरुजी। शुक्राना गुरुजी महाराज, अनंतम शुक्राना गुरुजी महाराज। ये सत्संगी घड़ियों का संगत जी, शुक्राना गुरुजी महाराज मल्टीलिंगुअल ग्रुप की तरफ से आप सबका स्वागत है। आज हमारे साथ जय बेटा जुड़े हुए हैं। वो हमारे को अपनी जो जर्नी है, अपने सत्संग कैसे वो जुड़े, क्या उनकी जर्नी है गुरुजी महाराज के साथ, वो शेयर करेंगे। जय बेटा, वेलकम टू शुक्राना गुरुजी महाराज मल्टीलिंगुअल ग्रुप। आप प्लीज अपनी जर्नी, अपने सत्संग सब हमारे साथ शेयर कीजिए। जय 17 इयर्स ओल्ड का है और वो छोटा सा जब 3 साल का था तब से वो जुड़ा हुआ है। प्लीज शेयर योर जर्नी विद अस बेटा। जय गुरुजी महाराज, ओवर टू यू बेटा।
जय गुरु जी। जय गुरु जी आंटी, जय गुरु जी अंकल, सारी संगत को जय गुरु जी। मेरा नाम जय कृष्णा है। मैं करंटली कॉलेज स्टूडेंट हूँ। मैं फाइनेंस की पढ़ाई कर रहा हूँ। वी जॉइंड विद गुरु जी इन 2010 when and some background on what was going on before 2010. I was born in 2007 and I was born with a ventricular septal defect, which is basically मेरे दिल में एक छेद था। और साइमल्टेनियसली हमारे पास जो घर था इंडिया में, ड्यू टू सम प्रॉब्लम्स वी लॉस्ट दैट हाउस एज वेल। तो घर में एक बहुत सी टेंशन की बात आ गई थी कि हमारे पास अब घर नहीं है और बेटे को ये मेडिकल कंडीशन है। एंड माय पेरेंट्स वर बोथ ऑब्वियसली वेरी वरीड। पापा ऑलमोस्ट एथियस्टिक हो गए थे क्योंकि उनको ये लग रहा था कि सब कुछ बुरा ही जा रहा है। सो ऑल दिस वाज द प्री कंडीशन before we joined Guruji. So I had a cousin over here who was a Guruji Sangat, and he came home one day and he saw the whole condition at our house, and he recommended to my dad and mom कि यहाँ पर गुरुजी का सत्संग होता है और अगर आप आओगे तो शायद आपको थोड़ा बेहतर लगेगा। ऐसा करके उन्होंने हमें बोला। एंड द इंटेंशन वाज जस्ट कि if we come we'll be a little more connected to God and we'll feel a little better. और उस समय हमारे साथ हमें भी, हमने उनको पहले इग्नोर किया था कि होगा, चल रहा होगा, क्योंकि at that time there were a lot of fraud babas in India and we saw all of that on news. So we wanted to stay away for a bit. But my cousin, he kept persisting. So after about 2-3 weeks, we decided, you know what, we'll just go there to keep his heart. उनका दिल रखने के लिए हम लोग चले जाते हैं। And we did go। यहाँ पर मंडे को सत्संग हो रहा था, तो वी डिड गो ऑन वन मंडे। और प्रिटी मच इंस्टेंटली, या तो फर्स्ट मंडे या फिर जाने के सेकंड मंडे ही हमारी पूरी फैमिली को एक कनेक्शन सा फील होने लग गया था गुरुजी के साथ। वी फेल्ट वेरी एट होम एट दिस प्लेस, जैसे कि वी हैड कम टू द राइट प्लेस। एंड नन ऑफ अस कुड पिन पॉइंट वाई। ऑब्वियसली आई वाज अ चाइल्ड, बट माय पेरेंट्स दे कुड नॉट पिन पॉइंट वाई। बट दे, उनको लग रहा था कि आना चाहिए, बार बार आना चाहिए। So that's how we joined Guruji, and we kept coming every Monday, and slowly the Sangat over here also grew. And we used to go to every satsang that was happening. We would go to like 2-3 satsangs every week. And slowly but surely, everything in our lives has also started improving. So my health condition, essentially, when kids have this health condition and they carry it on to their adulthood, there's a lot of growth deformities or problems growing up. Nothing serious, but there are minor problems here and there. But luckily, rather thanks to Guruji, no such problems happened with me. I am completely healthy, and most people or doctors don't really believe me when I say that I have a heart issue. But that's all thanks to Guruji. When it comes to the other problem that we had, the major problem being our house, thanks to Guruji again, we grew and our family. Now we have two houses back home, and all of it happened almost. Uh, you can just say it was all thanks to Guruji. Like none of it happened because we did anything special. We didn't do much at all. We just kept steadfast in our belief. We all of us just kept going to satsangs. We kept praying. और गुरुजी जैसे बोलते हैं ना, मांगो मत मानो। सिमिलरली हम बस जाते थे, मानते थे। और मेरे पेरेंट्स की स्टार्टिंग से यही बात थी कि चाहे जो हो गया वो हो गया, हमें बस शांति दे दो, जो दिल में जो शांति होती है वो शांति मिल जाए। That's all. My dad especially, he never asked Guruji for anything, and Guruji gave much more than we could have imagined. And that was how we became a solidified Guruji Sangat. We had started out just to come for a few days, just to have somewhere to go. It was almost like an outing, you know, going to the mall or something. But धीरे धीरे we became Sangat. On top of that, जो यहाँ का गुरु परिवार था, they gave us a lot of closure. जैसे कि the reason we had lost our house was due to family issues, but the Guru Parivar over here more than compensated for it. Growing up, the only family that I can say I had was the Guru Parivar, and it was, and it still is one of the warmest places that I can be, and that's all thanks to Guruji. So that happened, and this is how we joined. Now, after this, there were a lot of small things happening here and there, which luckily Guruji got us through all of it. There was this notable moment where my dad lost his job, and apologies. And in Kuwait, essentially, if you lose your job, what happens is, so there's a sponsorship system here where your company gives you sponsorship, so you stay when you have a job. So if my dad didn't have his job, we might have had to leave Kuwait and all that. It's a very complicated time. But the very day my dad lost his job, he came home, and the letter of termination that he had, he just kept it in Guruji's charan. And he said, I don't know what your plan is. I am not going to ask you to give me a job. I'm not going to ask you to give me back my job or any other job. This has happened because you allowed it to happen. And I am sure you have a solution to fix this as well. I leave it completely up to you. And that's what my dad said. And he went to sleep. And in about, let's say, a week, my dad got back his job. Not only did he get his job back, he got his job back with a better pay, better conditions, all of that. So this was that little test that Guruji puts every Sangha through. So when you join and you're in the honeymoon phase where everything is going good, this is Guruji just letting you, getting to know each other. You know, you and Guruji get to know each other. And then he puts in a little test over there to see if you actually pass. And he knows that you have the strength to pass it. So here's our first message of the satsang, that no matter how many tests God puts you through, you should stay steadfast through them. You should always have your faith in Guruji that, okay, fine, maybe something bad is going on right now, but this is the only harm that can be done to me is by Guruji's will. If anything good happens to me, it's by Guruji's will. So let's just not worry all that much. Let's see what I can do. I can do whatever I'll do my best, and we'll leave the rest to Guruji. So that happened, and fast forward to 2019, because I don't remember much between all that. I was a child. Fast forward to 2019, COVID hits, and a lot of people lost their jobs. They had to go home. Thankfully, my dad kept his job. And in this time, my uncle who had moved out, he got COVID. And my uncle had gotten COVID, and he got so bad that as soon as we took him to the hospital, they said that they called his family and they were like, be prepared for the worst. And it had gotten to the point where they took measurements of his body to prepare a coffin for him. So this happened, and then my mom just called my uncle, and he couldn't speak, he couldn't do anything. Every breath he took, he was coughing. But my mom said, just believe in Guruji, and it will all be fine. And my mom was also, she was sitting at home, she was doing Amrit Vela, she was doing Mantra Jap, she was doing all she could. She was praying to God, and she was like, whatever you do, you have to keep my brother alive. I put my faith in you. So you are the one who's going to take care of him. I can't go there and take care of him. And from a situation where he was about to die, Guruji brought him back and he came back home. And my uncle is well and good right now. He's completely fine. This is, again, it shows that you just have to keep your faith in Guruji. Then comes 2020, we'll come to 2024, where I had to go for college. And I think some of you might be in this time as well. You're done with your high school and you're looking for colleges. So for me, I was very focused on getting the best grades I could in 12th because I wanted to be the topper. And uh, right before that, there is a small satsang here. So there was an election in my school, and I wanted to win. And I was probably the best candidate. There was no way I could lose. I had the credentials, I had the capabilities, and most of all, I had the popularity. I was very popular in my school. I could say the most popular, but I digress. So I was surely to win the election. But then a day before the election, we went to we went to a satsang, and there I was just sitting and praying to God that please help me win this election. I want to win the election, all that stuff. But then but then I came home and I slept. And this is the night before the election. I got a dream and I was sitting in my class and I was asking a doubt to my teacher, but she was not answering. She was just ignoring me. And I kept asking her again and again. I kept asking her to clear my doubt. Then she just looked at me and she was like, Jai Krishna, you are asking the wrong questions, which is why you're not getting an answer. And when I woke up, somehow it just clicked in my head and I realized that I'm asking Guruji for the wrong thing. I'm asking him to make me win the elections, but I don't know if that's good for me or not. So if I did win the election and become the president in my school, I would have a lot of responsibilities, which might collide with my goal of becoming a topper, which was obviously the greater goal. So while I was getting ready for school, putting on my tie and all, while looking in the mirror, I asked Guruji, I was like, forget all my previous requests, do as you will. I put my faith in you. And although I still asked, I was like, just save me from humiliation because I didn't want to lose in a landslide victory to the opponent. So I asked that, and surely that's what Guruji did. I lost by just 2 votes, and it was very, like, again, 2 votes in a school of thousands. So that's also Guruji's way of showing you that not all your requests can be fulfilled because he knows what's right for you and what's wrong for you. I remember saying this satsang, and one of the sangat told me that while you are stuck in traffic and you look ahead, you can only see 2, 3 cars ahead of you. Guruji is up there. He is looking from a bird eye's view and he can see the whole road and he knows why the traffic is there. That's why he chooses the best path for you. So you shouldn't question the path for yourself. You should just go in the path he's laying out for you. Okay, so sorry for getting sidetracked there. Now we come back to 12th and colleges. So I was looking for colleges and I was very worried क्योंकि मेरे सारे क्लासमेट भी कॉलेजेस ढूंढ रहे थे और उन्होंने ऑलरेडी 5-5 6 6 एप्लीकेशन दिए थे कॉलेजेस को, पर मैं बहुत फोकस था अपने मार्क्स पे. I did not look for colleges. I didn't know anything. I only knew 2-3 colleges. As a matter of fact, मुझे पता भी नहीं था कि colleges के लिए apply करने का process क्या होता है. I knew nothing. And I was the least bothered to even look at it. I was like, if I get good marks in 12th, colleges will come to me automatically. I was wrong, by the way. That's not how it works. But that's what my idea was. So, but my parents, they kept pressuring me. They were like, college ढूंढ. अगर अभी college नहीं ढूंढी तो फिर 12th के बाद एक पूरा साल waste करना पड़ेगा. And I was like, okay, fine. I came under pressure, so I looked for colleges here and there. I asked my friends actually. I just asked my friends. I was like, my parents are asking for colleges. Can you just give me a few names? I'll tell them that and they'll be fine. So my friends told me about this college in India. It's Christ. I was like, okay, fine, sure. So I told my parents Christ and they were like, okay. But then December, January came and then they were forcing me again and again. They were like, apply, apply, apply. And I was like, I can't apply now. I'm busy with studies. मेरे pre-boards चल रहे हैं, ये वो. But they wouldn't listen. And so one night I just told Guruji, I was like, see, you are the one who's going to get me into a college anyways, because you're the one who's going to get me good marks anyway. So just deal with this problem for me. I can't focus on all this. I have to study because if I don't study, I won't get good marks and then no college is going to take me. And surely the next day my dad comes home and he's like, I got this one college for you. Just apply. And I was like, sure. And I applied. And then they had this test. After the test, there was supposed to be a interview. And after the interview, there was one more test. And then you get into the university. So the very first test was a 100-mark MCQ. And my laptop got stuck on the 20th or 30th question. And I was like, gone. Now there's nothing I can do. And I wasn't that worried because I didn't even want to apply. I was applying half-heartedly. So I told Guruji, I was like, just take care of this if you'd like. If I fail, I fail. I don't really care. Turns out, because there was an issue in the network, in their systems, it showed that I got 100 out of 100, which they said was the highest anyone got in the first test in all of their applications in the last few years. I was like, wow. So they were like, it's fine, since you got such good marks, we're just going to skip over the interview and we'll just admit you. So I got fast-tracked admission. I had no interview, no second test. I just got admission directly, all thanks to Guruji. And then we come to where I'm at right now. So I did join college. It's been 1 year. I'm in my second year now. And because it's in India and I was born and brought up in Kuwait, it was very difficult for me at first. To the point where, so I had left last June and then I had to come back in October to Kuwait for vacations. And I was, while leaving Bangalore, my university is in Bangalore. So while leaving Bangalore, I was like, मैं कभी भी वापस नहीं आ रहा, मैं कुवैत जाके अपना passport फाड़ दूंगा. I am never coming back to this city. All that. Mostly because I was living in a pretty bad area and I had a few instances that happened with me, which I was very distraught by. My food was not good, the water was not good, और मैं हमेशा बीमार रहता था. So I came back to Kuwait, and few days after I came back to Kuwait, there was a satsang. And I just went there and I was like, after the satsang, by the end of it, I was like, it's fine. I have to go back. Guruji got me admitted into this college. It was by his grace that I got in. I should have failed. I should not have gotten in the college. It's all thanks to Guruji that I even got in. So who am I to sit here and question and be like, I'm never going to go back? If God has put me there, he must have put me there for a reason. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go. Even if it's terrible, even if it's bad, it's by God's grace. And so I went. And when I went back, I had planned that I will move into a flat because I was living in a PG. It's like a hostel, but you have a bit more freedom. But it was terrible. So I wanted to move into a flat. And I went back to India on November 14th. The very day, I got an eviction notice from my flat for non-payment of rent. And I had paid rent. I had paid rent from Kuwait. But because it was an international payment, the bank over there rejected it. And they were like, there's nothing you can do. You have to make a new contract for a whole year and all that. So I was like, no, I'm going to move out next month. So I'll just move out now. And I said that. But the thing is, the warden over there was like, you have to leave today, or else we'll charge you an insane amount of money. So I just came back to Bangalore. and now I'm homeless in a city where I know nothing, no one. But I had joined a club in my college, and it was this Model United Nations Club. I'm pretty interested in all that, debates, MUNs, all of this. I'm very interested. So I had joined that, and I had gotten a little friendly with my senior, the president, and so that was the only connection I had in Bangalore. And I knew that he lived in a flat with another three roommates. So I called him up. I was like, "Can I crash at your place for a few days?" He was like, "Ha, sure, Rajao." So I went there, and the idea was, कि I will live there for 3 days, then I'll book a hotel for 3 days, and hopefully in these 6 days I will find another house to shift into. But I went there, and I I spoke to them, and they were like, "This is a 4 BHK. We are three people, so you can just move in with us." And I was like, "Say less. Like, if I didn't move in soon enough, my dad would send me to a hostel." So I was like, "Say less." I just joined, and I got a house, and ever since then, things have been way better. Not that they've been better; it's just because my immediate environment was better. I had more calm and peace to fight with all the problems that were outside, if that makes sense. I have this little theory ki whatever your immediate environment is, it severely affects how you deal with your problems. So when everything around you is bad, then even the good things in your life seem like bad things, right? But when you're in a better environment, even the bad things, you're like, it's fine, chalega, we'll ignore it, like that. So I moved into a very good place in Bangalore, and I can like look out of my balcony, and the street that I live on has cherry blossoms and stuff. So I'm very happy over there. It's a peaceful place. It's amazing to look at. So this change was brought upon purely by Guruji. And I wasn't even planning to join that club, but I felt like, go for it, go for it. I felt a push within me. And now that I think about it, like right now, that push might have come from Guruji only. Regardless, so this small bit of connection brought me this far. And now I'm well equipped. Now I have a bunch of friends, although not in my class. I have a bunch of friends, and all of this helps me get through the problems there a bit more. Now we come back to the bigger problem and where we are at right now. So when I went back I came to Kuwait in October for a heart checkup because I still have the hole in my heart. And for the first time in my whole life, this checkup took so long. Usually it takes a day, max to max a week. This time it took like 40 days for the whole checkup to take place. And I went back to India, and I gave my medical reports to the college, and they were like, "We are not going to give you attendance." And this meant that if I don't have attendance, I won't be able to write the exams. And I asked them, I was like, "Ma'am, this is a health issue. I actually have a severe heart issue." They refused it, even though the paper that I gave was from the Ministry of Health in Kuwait. So there was no bigger document I could have given. This was the highest authority of this country that I gave the document from. They just refused to accept it. They were like, "Unless you were admitted in the hospital, we won't give you attendance." And so I was not able to write my exams for my first semester, which gave me a total of 6 backlogs, which means essentially what that means is when in the third semester I'll have to write these exams along with my other exams from that semester. So I was distraught because it's very stressful. Most of all, it's very stressful. So plus this was the first time in my life where I had gotten such a big academic drawback. Like I was always the brilliant, genius kind of kid in my class. I never had problems with school. I barely used to study, and I used to get extremely good marks. I was one of the toppers in my 12th, and I was obviously very proud of it. Like, I'm a topper. I don't have to worry about all this. I went there, and Guruji just humbled me real quick. He's like, "Here, take 6 backlogs." So now I have those 6 backlogs. And so just a month before here, I was very stressed and very worried. I was like, nothing is going right. And, uh, in Guruji Sangat, they always say, "Shukrana karo. Mango mat, bas Guruji ko maan ke shukrana karo. Jo hai uske liye shukrana karo." And I was always fine with that. मैं हमेशा शुक्राना करता था. जब भी चीजें बुरी लग रही थी, तब भी शुक्राना. जब अच्छी लग रही थी, तब भी शुक्राना. But this is the first time in my life where I just have my face against a wall. There's nowhere for me to go. And this is truly like the lowest I've been in my life. Because again, academic stress plus, even though things are better back home, I'm still very stressed because I don't, so given I grew up here, I don't like living in India all that much. So I'm living in a place that is, according to me, worse than where I was in a college that I've had the feeling that I could be in a better college. All that stuff, plus 6 backlogs, plus the 7 subjects next semester. So I have to write like, I'm not gonna think about it. I have to write 13 exams next semester. So all this I was stressed about. And then I just sat down and I was like, what do I say Shukrana for? But as soon as I thought about that, I instantly thought of all the other people who are much less privileged than me. There are people in Bangalore who have, as in not in Bangalore, but like in general in the world, but mostly that I've seen over there. I live in a very posh area of Bangalore. It's by no regards a poor place, or some might even say a middle class place. It's not. I can walk out of my house and I can see like BMWs and Audis and stuff. It's a pretty good area. But I just have to walk a few hundred meters and then I see people who are much less privileged than me, people who have to beg every day. I've seen kids look through trash cans to find food to eat. And I know kids in my own college who are unable to pay their fees often because their parents aren't as privileged as mine. All these things. And then I just sat there thanking Guruji for all the basic things I have. I have the privilege to sit here and complain that my college is not good enough or my food is not good enough. I have the privilege to, we have a cook, and when my cook doesn't make good food, I have the privilege to just order food from outside, which often cost 400, 500, which is like a whole month's worth of money for some people. And so I just sat there and I thanked Guruji, I thanked God. I was like, thank you for all these privileges that I can sit here and complain about not having the best things. And I feel like this is the biggest message that I could give to all you kids over here, that there will be times in your life that are tough. Not now. Uh, you can enjoy your life until 12th and all, but there will be times that are tough. And in those times, you should always see you should obviously know what's bad, what's wrong with your life right now. But you should also see at the good things. Look at the good things. Consider them and then be grateful for them as well. Instead of just complaining about what you have. Definitely do complain. That's the only way you can improve your condition. But at the same time, be grateful for what you do have. And yep, that's where we are. I'm at vacations now and I've come here back to Kuwait for a few days to just relax my brain, then go back and continue on my fight. And the fight as well is purely because Guruji put me in a better place. And now I have the willpower to fight it. So Guruji does not solve any of my problems. He does not outright come and give me the best marks or fix my health issues, but he gives me the will to fight. He gives me the will to, go and face my problems. That's the most important thing. When I put in just a little bit of my effort, just 5 to 10% of my effort, feel like the rest all that seems to be lucky, is actually Guruji handling all of my problems by himself while I put in a little bit of effort. But again, that little bit of effort is what I need to put for that other 90%. So that's all I have to say. Jai Guruji to everyone. Jai Guruji Aunty.
जय गुरु जी, जय शुक्राना गुरु जी महाराज का। जय बेटा, do you have any message for all the global children around? उनके लिए एक छोटा सा मैसेज अपनी तरफ से दे दो। You gave, you had such a blissful, wonderful सत्संग कि हम लोग बैठ के बस आनंद ले रहे थे। बट जो ग्लोबली जो बच्चे हैं ना, उनके लिए एक मैसेज दे दो, फिर हम लोग उसके बाद मैं थैंक यू बोलूंगी फिर से। ओके, जय गुरु जी बेटा, एक मैसेज।
To all the kids, I would just like to say, uh, while I don't want to come out and say that life is easy, because definitely the difficulties in your life are proportionate to how you are. You may face challenges right now, but they will be nothing compared to the challenges you'll face later on in life. Similar to how the challenges I face right now as a college student are going to be nothing compared to what I have to face when I have a job and all that. So just while you do have these difficulties, do sit there and appreciate the fact that you have your parents to rely on, you have your friends to rely on, mostly your parents, but sure, your friends, your siblings, if you have any, you have all these people to rely on, and most of all, you have God, you have Guruji to rely on. So just be there, be steadfast in your belief in God. Not everything will go right. Despite you believing in God, sometimes bad things will happen to you. But all I'd like to say about that is the good and the bad, every bit of benefit you get, every bit of harm that is done to you is done by God's will. Nothing happens without Guruji's will. So just know that whatever bad is happening to you is happening by the will of God. And so He has a greater plan for you. Always remain very strong in your faith. Be very critical of the situations you have rather than giving up. Fight them. And that's all I have to say. Jai Guruji.
जय गुरुजी, शुक्राना गुरुजी महाराज। जय बेटा, शुक्राना गुरुजी महाराज। मल्टीलिंगुअल ग्रुप की तरफ से इतना शुक्राना, इतना प्यारा, इतना ब्लिसफुल। You gave so many messages, so many wonderful messages to all the children out there. And I know once they hear your satsang, they will get more connected and they'll understand the working of Guruji Maharaj. Thank you again, beta. Over to you, Uncle. Jai Guruji.
जय गुरुजी महाराज। बहुत ही अच्छे मैसेजेस दिए हैं। जय कृष्णा बेटा आपने।
Thank you, Uncle.
महाराज की आपके ऊपर असीम कृपा रहे। गुरु संगत पर महाराज की बहुत कृपा रहे और आपके मैसेजेस से जो गुरु संगत के हमारे छोटे होनहार बच्चे हैं उनको गुरुजी को समझने में और ज़्यादा आसानी रहे। इसी के साथ ही अब हम सब गुरुजी महाराज से आज्ञा लेंगे। जय गुरुजी, शुक्राना गुरुजी।